guys, this is Mrs. Hall, and today I'm going to go over the next steps of the positive negative space project. So by this point, you should have 4 animals on your worksheet, and you should have decided which animal that you wanted to do. And you could have outlined your animal in Sharpie so that it would give you a better idea of what your positive negative space cutout is going to look like. Now, you're going to get, if you're at school, you're going to get a 9x12 sheet of paper, as well as a 6 by 9. Sorry, that took me a little bit too long. Sheet of paper. Now, if they're not cut yet and it's just a whole sheet, all you have to do is fold it in half and then cut it across, and you have what you need. So on this sheet of paper, you're going to very lightly, and the key word is lightly, sketch out your animal. So I did that because I get like camera shy. I sketched out my animal and I connected it to the bottom of my paper. That's very important that you connect it to the bottom of your paper. Now, I can go through and I can erase some of these lines later. That's fine. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and cut the image out. So when I drew this again for the second time, I actually looked back at the internet, at the Beagle picture. I didn't look at my sketch worksheet because I felt like my sketch worksheet, it was so distorted that I couldn't really tell exactly where each line should be. Now, one thing with this that makes it kind of difficult is you can't cut any pieces off. So every piece, every painstaking piece, you have to cut around and keep. So normally I would have just cut that section off that's at the bottom and just thrown it away. But remember, you need every single part. So you cannot cut off any pieces. So I'm going around, cutting it. I know it takes me a while to cut it out on the video, but just bear with me. I'm almost done. So once I cut it out, I know I have a lot of pencil lines. I could go through and erase, but one of these is going to be upside down. So that is going to help out a little bit. You definitely want to erase your lines though before you use glue, because after you use glue, sometimes it doesn't erase quite as well. So I'm going through, just cutting it out. Okay, so now I got my Beagle. So I have the negative space, which is right here, okay, because it's the area around my object or animal. So that's the negative space. And then I have the positive space. And I'm going to put the positive space, I'm going to line it up with the bottom because that's where it is on the other one, because I want it to be pretty much identical. And I chose pink this time. You can choose really any color that, makes you happy. So I'm going to go through before I glue this and erase some of these marks that I feel like stand out a little bit too much. Be careful because this could rip. So I'm holding my finger really close to where I'm erasing to give it a little bit more stability. So go through and erase. Now, whenever you glue this, you're not going to be able probably to draw on the same day that you glue this. It's going to have to dry a little bit. So if you want to do this at your house, that's fine. But you will have to glue this down and let it dry. All right, so I've got a lot of eraser marks in there. I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to go ahead and glue it. So I'll flip it over. Put a little glue. If my glue is going to work today. Maybe, maybe not. See. All right, put a little glue on it. Try not to put like globs of glue because it'll leak out the side and then you won't be able to do Sharpie on it. And I'm foreseeing lots of complaining. If you have a glue stick, you could even use a glue stick. That'd be fine. All right, so I'm going to very carefully flip this over and put it on the paper. And try to align it as best as you can because obviously once it dries, it's too late. Okay, so I glued that down. And then this is actually really cute. And then I'm going to take my other little puppy. I really like dogs if you guys haven't noticed that. Okay, and I'm going to align it with the bottom because it needs to be symmetrical. That's one of the things I'm grading on, is it's symmetrical. A mirror image. So this is a mirror image because it's, if the line was cut like this, it was facing outward like that. All right, so this is the last step. You're going to need to let it dry, and then I'm going to make another video on how you're going to start the line designs. Thanks so much.